Okay, guys, welcome to Formiga Podcast. I'm your host, Sunil Ansari. Today we have a special guest, one of the most world top skateboarder in the house, who's also a 2020 Skater of the Year, all the way from USA, here in India, to share his journey and insight with us. Let's give it a warm welcome to Brandon Turner. Hello,
Hey,
how
how
are
you
you?
doing? How you doing?
I'm very good. How are
Hey,
you?
I'm hot.
Yeah,
I broke my board in both places today, so
yeah.
I wanted to do a trick, but I broke my board. It's trick of the year too, not skate of the
Trick of the year,
year.
correct. Sorry. Thanks for the
Yeah, yeah,
correction.
it's
I'm
all
doing this for the first time, guys. I'm gonna make a lot of mistake. You don't need to go to the comment section and blast me. Please try to understand and let's see what we can get the most out of it. Okay?
you're doing good.
I'm nervous, but yeah, I'm trying my best since
Yeah.
it's for the first time. Okay, please tell us about yourself. Like, when did you start skating? Who got you into skating? And how's your journey going so far?
Um, I got into skateboarding from a surfboarder or a surfer,
So far,
surfboarder.
yeah.
A surfer, and he was skateboarding down the street, and he picked me up and put me on the board when I was two.
Wow.
When I would watch him every day go
Passing by,
by
yeah.
passing by from school because he was in high school. And I was just looking, and one day he picked me up and he put me on the board. So that's how I started skating.
Lovely. So how long have you been skateboarding almost?
So all my life,
All my life.
yeah,
Oh my god, that's a lot, I guess.
yeah.
And how old are you right now?
I'm 42.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Oh, that means almost 40 years skating.
yeah.
Double my age.
Yeah. 40 years skating.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
What are some of your most memorable experience or achievement that you have had in skateboarding by the way, so far?
Just memorable experience is just meeting new people. You know, all the different places, all the different love for skateboarding. You know, and being in India, like all that love. Like so, most memorable is always continuing. The more skateboarders you meet.
Lovely. Yeah. Is this your first time in India?
Yes.
Who got you? Who inspired you to come to India by the way?
My girlfriend.
Emma,
Yeah.
right
And
here. Hello.
yeah.
Lovely. How's your experience in India?
It's amazing.
It's
It's
amazing.
amazing. Yeah. I've had
Lovely.
the best time. You know. Yeah.
So we see that one of your very famous trick that you did it on Wallenberg, I guess, right? Which you just did it switch hard flip,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
What was happening in your head right before the trick? Please tell us about that moment. You know that
Just
journey because
a lot of things. Speed, timing, landing, like everything. Commitment. Mostly just commitment and going through your head is just you don't want things going through your head. So just trying to focus on landing.
lovely. How did you
Yeah.
get the motivation to do that gap? By the way, like what made you think like you should just get that done? Like you always have maybe something.
I wanted to show skateboarders no matter how old you are, it doesn't matter that you can do anything that as long
Exactly.
as you put your mind to it. And I wanted to, so I did that for skateboarders to show them, you know, it's, you asked me how old I am, and the answer is like, I don't have an age. Because
Mm,
as soon as you start thinking about how old you are, then you limit yourself. So,
that made a lot of sense.
yeah, so you can put that in as the answer.
Done. Got it. Wow. So he really contributed to the whole community, right?
Yeah.
That makes a big difference, by the way. Like, wow. Um, how did you feel? Like, what were you feeling right after you landed it? Because we heard that you landed in 6 tries, right? Is that
Yeah,
true?
7 tries.
7 tries. Oh my, 7 one was on the
Yeah,
board, right?
yeah.
Lovely. What were you going through? Like, right after you landed, how was the vibe? Like, how was the,
It was just like amazing, like the best feeling in the world, you
yeah,
know,
right?
like the first time you land a kickflip, you know.
Exactly. I was just
So
speaking to the other kid today, and he was working on his kickflip for about 4 months now. And he comes to me, he's like, Samir bhai, I landed my kickflip. And I was just trying to look at his face because like when you try to explain
yeah,
somebody that you landed something for the first
yeah,
time, that expression that he had in his on his face, and he was just a little kid. So I'm like, how do you feel now? He's like, now I can land it every try. So It's really a great thing, I guess. Like that's the best feeling, no? That's the
Yeah,
best
it's the
feeling.
best feeling, and that's why we skateboard too. It's infinite, and that's what the more you can learn something new every day and get that feeling back again.
Correct. How did that gap change your life, by the way, like that Wallenberg gap?
It didn't change my life,
Mm-hmm.
so to say, but it brought like attention and
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah.
and then it's well it changed it a lot actually. I mean, it helped. A lot of people told me how much they got influenced, so changed my life a lot because it did what I intended it to do when I did it, was to inspire other people, and it did. So
Lovely. Can you? What are some of the what are the best resources, like maybe book videos, online tutorials for someone who wants to learn about skateboarding, not just doing tricks in terms of like how did it started, where is it going, how is it growing in different countries? Where do you think people can get the knowledge from? Any idea from your perspective?
I would just stay in the loop, like follow other pro skateboarders, like some of the main accounts like SLS, and
Mm-hmm.
look at the news, and
Mm-hmm.
like Nine Club, and just depends on what you're looking for. But even like just listening to different people's stories and just paying attention to what's going on, not only in the United States but like around the world, and like how it's progressing in style and motivation, and I would just connect with people.
Yeah, like stay up to date. And
Yeah,
since Instagram is the best resource lately that people can
yeah,
stay up to date. Yeah,
yes.
lovely. Mm, when did you become a pro skateboarder? Like, how was the journey, difficulties you faced? Because that's really like, I think the first pro skateboarder that we are meeting in India is you. So every Indian skateboarder, mostly they say that they want to become a pro skateboarder. So if you can just give us a little insight about it, like how did the journey start? What are the difficulties that one should, when they face it, how difficult it is to get to that level?
It's different for me. It was really difficult. It was different then. It was You had to do a lot of work to become a professional skateboarder. But I would say it's good to be amateur professional skateboarder, and that's a good thing to go
Mm-hmm.
towards. But if you really want to be a professional skateboarder, you need to skate for yourself. You need to do what makes you happy and do it naturally,
Naturally,
and
yeah,
not because you want something. Because skateboarding will give you so much, but you need to think about what you're going to give back to
to
skateboarding.
the skateboarding community.
Yeah, but if you want something out of it, it might give you motivation for a little while, but what happens when you get disappointed? And if you don't get sponsored or you're not pro, because it doesn't mean that you don't. I think everybody's a pro in their heart because they have the love for skateboarding.
Yeah, that's
But
visible.
it's it all depends. It's right timing, right place, meeting the right people, and it doesn't matter how good you are. Like somebody could be the best and never get what they want. It's your personality, what your love for skateboarding.
Correct. Since you said that there'll be a lot of difficulties and you had to go through, what are some of the tips that you would give us maintaining motivation and overcoming challenges, especially in gaps and trying something that you have never tried? Like maybe, you know,
I would repetition. I would train. I would treat your mind and your
mm,
body like an athlete. I would stretch. I would eat correctly. I would not be out all night partying and smoking and
wow,
everything,
wow,
because if you really want to be like really good, like if you're doing something that's not benefiting skateboarding, then it's hurting skateboarding.
oh, I see. So one skateboarder can either benefit the community or destroy the community. Depends on what he does day to day life.
Well, you need to think about it. If you want something from skateboarding, you're going to need your mind, body, and spirit.
That's so
So
true. Yeah.
you better treat your body right, or you might miss something to learn, you know? You might miss meeting someone, you might miss going somewhere. So you need to put all your energy in the right places if you're serious, you know? You need to eat, sleep, dream, skateboarding. And also, what people don't know, they just like, I want to skate. You need, if you really love skateboarding, then you need to be doing something to support your passion. So you need to be working because it costs money. You need to travel. So you need to like manage your time. Like, I'm going to skate this much a day, but I'm working this time. I'm saving money. Like, you need to like think like a business person. Like, you need money to support skateboarding. So,
Correct.
but who's going to support it any better than anybody else? You.
Your own
So,
self, yeah.
yeah, people, some skaters don't work or they just want to skate and get good, and that's not the way. You need to support skateboarding first if you want skateboarding to support you.
Correct. True. Since you said like how you usually plan and everything, can you just describe a typical day in your life as a professional skateboarder? Like just one day, because maybe like a lot of people wanting to get to that zone so that they can start practicing, it will make a lot of changes in the future.
As a skateboarder, I wake up in the morning, have peanut butter toast, make a smoothie.
Even I love peanut butter.
Yes,
Even I
yes,
love it.
yes. I stretch, meditate,
Lovely.
drink water, try to plan, hey, I need to have lunch or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
bring like my protein, have my board set up, make some phone calls, I'll plan some
Mm.
spots that I want to skate,
Correct.
call up a photographer, filmer, meet at a time, go warm up first somewhere, and then go and get the trick, and then we'll hit spot by spots. And, sometimes the hardest thing for me is eating correctly, because I'll eat in the morning and then be skating
Yeah,
all
eating
day
at the right
in the
time.
water, but you got to make sure to like
Routine is tough. That's pretty much
take care of
for
yourself.
every skateboarder, I
But
guess.
yeah,
I
and
feel.
then
Yeah,
we get our tricks and then go home and then
we only eat then.
go home, take a shower, eat dinner, maybe work out and
Yeah.
read,
Mm-hmm.
and go to sleep.
Lovely.
Talk to your girl first.
How important is physical fitness and condition in skateboarding? And what exercises do you recommend in case if
It's
you have?
it's the most important. I would say stretching.
Yeah, right.
I would just say stretching. Like you don't basic stuff like push-ups, sit-ups, but stretching.
Stretching is
Skating
really
is
playing a
enough.
big
Yeah,
role in it.
stretching.
Lovely. Overcoming challenges. How do you stay motivated and resistant in the face of injuries and or maybe tough times?
What's that?
How do you stay motivated and resistant in the face of injuries or tough times? Like how do you manage your tough times, or if in case if you had a bad injury, like which so like for example,
Ah,
one of my friend, he recently broke his ligament tear, so he's resting for about a year now.
yeah.
So how would
I
some
would, I would meditate. I would definitely meditate a lot. Eat healthy. Sometimes when people get hurt, they start going partying and stuff, but that's not going to heal you fast.
correct?
So you need to like eat healthy, research, learn everything.
Hmm.
Everything, everything that bad that happens, there's equally good that happens too.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get hurt, educate yourself on everything that happened and look at stories and see how other people heal, you know, and then do everything right to heal yourself and learn.
And come
Turn
back
into
strong.
turn into a doctor.
Hmm. Yeah, like know everything about your body parts and
Yes.
which muscle is helping the other muscles, and
Mhm.
yeah, like read it. Even though when you're not connected to skateboarding, stay connected by doing other
Yeah,
activities,
and,
which
and
helps.
your body knows no difference. Meditating, skating in your mind, your body knows no difference. It's
Oh
still skating, you're still getting better.
yeah, correct.
So meditate, skate in your mind.
Oh, that's lovely answer, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a little challenging also, but I'll try for sure. I've never tried it, but I'm gonna sit. I'll be like, oh, kickflip down there. I'll
It's
try my
hard.
best. It's hard, right?
Yes, it's
Imagine your own body flying up in the air.
because you'll be trying out in my mind, Uzi, you'll be like, wait, I can't land this. Wait.
Tough, but I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna text you how it felt like. Okay.
Yeah.
Reflection and advice before we finish it. Who were your biggest influencer or role models in skateboarding when you were like growing up? Because every time somebody comes to skateboarding, they are influenced by someone or somebody just got them into it.
My
And they
brother,
always,
I lived in Japan, so my brother Tominori Hongo, Peter Smolik, my teammate,
oh,
Ken Russell, and my mom and my dad.
lovely family support.
Yeah, and they weren't supportive, but they were supportive in their own way. You know. But my brother Tominori Hongo in Japan, Peter Smolik, Ken Russell, and yeah.
Lovely. How do you balance your skateboarding career with other aspects of life? It's some. This is a question that I really put it just because I wanted to balance it. It's personally for myself, by the later for the audience, I guess. How do you balance your skateboarding career with other aspects of life, such as family, friends, and personal time? I'm really juggling a lot. Like,
You
trying to.
have to, you just have to. I say if you have a family or
Mm,
if you have kids or whatever, or anything,
mm.
I would say for a week, okay, your passions or whatever. I would say at least one time a week, you have to have time for yourself. You come first before anybody
Yeah,
because
correct. Self-time.
you're no good to anybody without yourself.
Mm,
So you have to have time for yourself, time
true.
with your family, time with your passion, and then time with your community.
Community. Yeah.
Yeah,
We didn't have that. Yeah, got it.
yeah.
Community.
And then, like, and how you have time with yourself, like, that's your choice whether you're exercising, skating, but it's really important to have time with yourself, just
Mm.
yourself.
Yes, yes, yes.
Skating with your friends and everything is not the same. Like, you really need to, like, reflect and be with yourself, see
Mm.
what yourself is saying to yourself.
Mm.
Yeah. See what's really going on in your mind.
What does your mind want sometimes?
Yeah,
That the body is not really aligned.
yeah, yeah.
Because body wants to do something else, but the mind is focused somewhere else.
Hmm.
Sometimes that one trick that you've been trying to land it, but then mind is really disturbed because you're not able to land it.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
happens a lot with a lot
yeah.
of skateboarders,
Mhm.
especially in India. Okay, what life lesson have you learned through skateboarding? Which I think that I would say that you have learned only through skateboarding only. If you would be into some other sport, you might have not learned that. What would you say?
Skateboarding is infinite and you'll never be satisfied.
Yeah, right.
Every single skateboarder in the world is not satisfied.
Even though
The,
they have so
the,
much.
the biggest, number one, whoever, still not satisfied. There's always something they can't do.
Now I know why they are always motivated every single day because they're
Yeah.
never satisfied, I guess. Got it. So I see this again. This all everything is over here. I see US and Japan and Brazil. I guess the 3 4 countries, some other countries that I might not know with the names, really growing a lot in this scene, like skateboarding scene community, right? And where small countries, not small country wise, I would say like where the sport is quite new, like only 10, 20, 30 years old,
Yeah.
skateboarding, they're not able to grow that much. Not on their level, but in terms of their community only, they're not really booming. What do you think could be the reason?
The right mentorship, the right products, the right products to skate on, the right
Hmm.
setups.
Correct. Makes a big difference, you see.
Yeah, the right just practicing the right things, and like really training. Japan trains like
Hmm.
like 10 kick flips, 10 heel flips, 10 tray flips, like
Like
not
that.
just skating wherever they are training.
Oh,
Yeah. Like, okay, now I need to learn this trick today. And then all day that trick, like, so it's just you just have to really treat it like, but skateboarding's for fun, so you don't
end
really
of it,
want
yeah,
to
you
do
look for
this.
fun, yeah.
But sometimes I would say, hey, treat it like a training session.
Train it like a training session.
Yeah. And make sure your setup, your board for you is right, your size shoe is to your board.
Hmm.
Make sure your products are right. And if you don't have resources like it's just about growing.
That's one thing as Indian skateboarders and community really finding it difficult, like international setups and all.
Yeah.
It becomes too expensive though.
Yeah, I know.
And Indian brands, I mean, they are there. They're at least serving. So it's better than not having anything. So
Yeah,
because
yeah.
earlier we didn't have anything. Right now we got something, so we're trying to manage it. But yeah, definitely look forward to have international setups since you said it makes a lot of big difference. Understand? Again, a last personal question. In a place where there's literally no pro skateboarder in that country, for example, India, there's literally no pro skateboarder. How would someone try to become to that level, knowing that surrounding is just filled with same level of skateboarders? Like everyone's level is here like this. No one is just trying to come out, out of it. How would somebody? Because there are like every time I go to the people, I meet new people because I'm a coach. They start skateboarding for about 2 months, 3 months. Then I tell them, "What do you want to do? I want to become a pro skateboarder. I want to become a pro skateboarder." I mean, that's a good thing, but how do you become? So a lot of people find this answer
It
really
takes
tough.
time. Like it takes a lot of practice, and then you always got to skate. You have to travel to places where
You get
there's
to meet
people
different
who are better,
better than
and
you.
yeah, you have to skate with people who are better. Always like you need motivation. You need to like really take it seriously. It takes time.
It takes time, definitely. Have patience. Yeah.
Yeah, some people progress faster than others, but it doesn't matter how good you are. Like, stay focused.
Stay
Do
focused.
it for
Yeah.
fun.
Don't get
Yeah,
distracted by surrounding or
Yeah.
seeing other people just because they're doing good.
doing your best is enough.
Doing your best is enough.
You know.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I would say I always have a mentor too.
Uh,
I always have a mentor. Everybody needs a mentor.
how would somebody have a mentor when knowing that everyone else is just on the same level? Like, just
You gotta search
search.
online.
And I'm hoping that next year you're gonna get few mentors maybe because this is your first time, but not the last time in India, right?
Yeah, no, I'll be back for sure. I want to help build you guys up.
Really
Yeah. Yes, really.
appreciate,
Yes,
man.
yes.
Appreciate.
That's why I came too. So.
Lovely. Thank you, Emma, once again.
Yeah.
And so we are done, I guess, pretty much. Is there anything that you would say to Indian skateboarders community or any message that you have for the people out there?
Just don't give up. Skateboarding is really hard. It's infinite. Everybody has different styles, different ways. Find out what you're good at, stick to it, and don't be too hard on yourself. Like I said, it's not what you can get out of skateboarding, it's what you can give back to it. Because it's skateboarding that's going to give to you and give to you. As long as you give back, you'll get everything that you're supposed to get out of it.
Thank you very much. That's about it. Thanks for your time, sir. Appreciate.
Yeah.
This is the first time, guys. Thanks for this place. Doran Goes, I guess. We appreciate. And all the mistakes that I made, just please try to ignore it and learn from what I said since it's my first time. But yeah, I'm trying it. I'm getting there. Thank you.
Yeah, you did it. You did your thing.
Appreciate, sir. Appreciate. Wow. And it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Now my heart is just going down slowly back to its normal place where it deserves to be, So glad ouch. Damn, now I need another coffee, I feel. Thank you really, Emma. माइक मिला क्या उसकी तरफ से नहीं मिला अरे अरे रुकिए निखिल थैंक यू वेरी मच भाई काम करने के लिए सब करने के लिए ठीक है तो बढ़िया है ना